Hey, what's shaking? What's baking? Welcome to Hero City Toy Reviews. Today we're taking a look at the 2021 release Zartan G.I.JOE Classified Hasbro PulseCon exclusive figure. What's up, everybody? Today we're taking a look again at an older release released in 2021. Again, as you know, on my channel, I review things that are new to me, new to my collection. I did not pick this guy up back in 2021. He was a Hasbro PulseCon exclusive. So back then, he was not the easiest figure to get. I just got my hands on him now, thanks to a good friend of mine. So that was what we are looking at today. A very cool, unique box. Of course, Zartan, one of the favorite villains, Cobra villains of most G.I. Joe fans, including me. Of course, he is the master of disguise, master of hiding and sneaking around and disguising himself as others. There's the box, of course, number 31. We'll get to the front in a sec, but that's the front. The back, just a traditional G.I. Joe with a bunch of characters. There is the top, again, number 31. And the bottom, of course, what makes this packaging unique, it's bigger than the regular G.I. Joe classified size, and it's also this little wheel here. So he is the master of disguise. Of course, included in this figure, there are several head sculpts you can change him to, so you can pretend that he's disguised himself as someone else, like he always does. So there's regular Zartan, of course. There's the skull face, Zartan. Then you have a hard master, I believe, or this is the soft master, and there is Storm Shadow. There is hard master. He's the one with the scar. So for those of you unfamiliar with the hard master, soft master, same person. That's when he's after battle damage. I guess he's got a little scar there, so they call him the hard master. He is the head of the Arishikage, I hope I'm saying that right, clan. Of course, that's where Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes got their training. So he is their master, and he's the one that trained them. That's what those two old man faces are. And of course, the Snake Eyes head there. So very cool. A little nice detail on the packaging here. Let's open them up and see. Of course, the awesome Dreadnok's logo there, which is cool. And there he is, all inside the box with a bunch of accessories. Looking pretty awesome. This is also the color changing one. He's got a cool color changing feature that we will show you as well. So let's open this guy up and have a closer look. All right, so there he is out of the box. He comes with quite a bit. Just face sculpts alone, he comes with 6 if you count the one that's already on him. 3 of them are just more masks, and the Snake Eyes and the Storm Shadow are actual heads that you can pop on and off, as you can see there. You just take the Zartan head and put him on. Take a closer look at the figure here. Zartan bald always looks super weird to me. I'm used to him having the hoodie on all the time. But pretty good head sculpt and paint application. You can see the skin tone is a little grayish. I think that's because of the color changing feature, which I will show you in a bit. You've got to put him in the freezer for like 5 minutes or so, and he will turn a different color. So we will get to that shortly, but let's take a look at the accessories. He also has another mask. So let's make that 7 actually. So 4 masks, including the skull here, 2 heads, and the third head that's on him. So not bad at all. So that's the skull one. Of course, you got the Snake Eyes and the Storm Shadow head, if you want him disguised as that, right there. Of course, you got the 3 masks. Of course, the hard master and the soft master, right there. Soft master being this one, more friendly. And the hard master's there, that one there. And of course, this is the old school Zartan. Just a regular Zartan face there. The masks, let's see how they go on. They hold well. So they kind of do. Yeah, holds on pretty good. Of course, you got his scarf there that you got to try and get on. Let's do that first. So let's put that on there. The scarf, let's get the mask going. And try and put his hoodie over that, see how that looks. Oh, that's pretty good, actually worked well. So that's him with the mask on, the scarf, and the hoodie. So that's pretty cool. Let's get that off for a sec. So the masks do hold well. And of course, if you want to do the heads, you can just pop the head right off. So that's neat. Of course, he's got 2 backpacks. You have the Storm Shadow arrows and the Storm Shadow bow, if you wanted to hold that. And the traditional backpack, which I find cool about this is if you open this up, you can see there a mask fits perfectly in there, actually. You can see how the mask goes in there, and you can close it right back up if you want him to carry an extra mask on his backpack, which is cool. So let's do that. So now you can simply have him just wear this backpack, or if you want both, you can put the arrows on there, and you see there's another hole there. You can do that. It looks a little odd, but it does kind of work. If you want both on there, I guess you can do that as well. So that's some of the accessories. Of course, he's got his trusty knife right here. There's a nice close-up of his knife. And he's got a holster in the back, so we'll put that in right there. You can see the knife just slides in, I would think, but maybe not. There we go. Fits right in there. And of course the big rifle, which is kind of neat. It's got the pegs here. It's probably a 50 caliber rifle right there with the silencer on the end. And his handgun. There is no holster for the handgun on him, which is disappointing. So he'll probably have to just hold this one. I don't see what else you can do here with that. So let's get him all suited up and have a better look. So now here is Zartan fresh from the freezer. I had him in there for about 15 minutes. So let's take the color changing. Look at that, he goes all blue. Really cool little feature. You can see the color change there. However, I don't know if it's because mine's been in the package too long or what, but you can see some spots where the color didn't change. Maybe if I left them longer, but most people seem to only leave them about 5 minutes and get a better result than this. You can see his abs there. Didn't fully change, but his arms look good. I mean, a couple little spots in the joints where they still didn't change color, but you get the idea nonetheless. He changes to a blue. Very nice little feature, again, to make his disguise even better, to make him look like someone else completely. So that's after 10-15 minutes or so in the freezer. He's still cool to the touch. I just got him out. So very nice, very cool figure. Overall, I do really like it. I love all the accessories that this comes with. Gives you lots of options. I don't think I'd ever display him with a snake eyes and Storm Shadow head. I mean, his body's still the same, so realistically, like, he's not going to be a very believable snake eyes or Storm Shadow, but still cool nonetheless. I mean, it's based on the cartoon, so you got to go with it. Really cool figure. Highly recommend. Articulation, I didn't really go through it, but you guys, you know, it's classified, so it's pretty good overall. It's the usual, the same. You can see there the color changes immediately because my fingers are warm, so it's already changing him back to his normal color as soon as I touch him. So very cool figure, very nice touch. Definitely a higher end collectible compared to regular classified because he comes with so much more accessories. Very neat. A must-have in any G.I. Joe collection because it's Zartan, and we all love Zartan. So love it. Very good. So again, guys, there it is. Complete. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you watching, liking, commenting, subscribing. Channel is fairly new, so any kind of support is appreciated. Thanks very much, and we will see you on the next one.